if you watching this is Soul Nana. I think we need a bit of a background, catch up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just to put things in perspective and people can understand where you've come from and where you are now. You've got new music out. You've got a lot of good things going on. So we need to talk about that. But with the way the world is now, when you decide to do something, you've just got to do it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I said to myself, this is something that we've planned to do a long time ago. It should have even happened in Ghana, to be honest. Because
honestly, it really should have.
Cove Town, man.
Cove Town, bro. Okay, Kedria.
Kedria love, yeah.
Watch it. Mex Sky, Charlie. Mex Skyhawks.
Skyhawks, man.
Skyhawks.
So let me tell you how I got to find out about you. One of my men, Clement Akins. Mm. So Clement gave me a cassette. That was like your first album. He gave me that cassette, and we used to play that because at that time it was college radio. So this was around, was it 98 thereabout?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'll play the song on the radio and just to get a flavor of things, and it sounded so different. Mm-hmm. And then he was telling me, these guys are Cove Town guys. I'm like, so where did you release that track? Maybe let me just put this track on 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, even before that, before you hit that play, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you get ready for that. So basically, that song was recorded in LA. So basically, early on, I was out here being a bad boy, as all the Ghanaians be sometimes, and Mom sent me back home to go understand where I came from. You know what I mean? And to truly get the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. True.
And during that time, there was a lot of music out. It was really high life. You know what I'm saying? Like the real traditional high life. You know what I'm saying? A.B. Cranston and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then slowly the music was changing as I was there. As what is it? Lumba Brothers dropped, right? And when the Lumba Brothers dropped, the climate of the conversation started to change. It started to be about people being overseas and living large and coming home and, you know what I mean? And like, balling out on people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And our country had this expectation that if you made it out of Ghana and you went anywhere in the world, then they think money grew on trees. And so they had this big expectation, when you came home, because everybody was lying to them. Nobody was telling the truth.
No.
Right. And so me and my brother was sitting there going like, man, we got to break this whole thing. Like, we're going to go completely against the grain. It's easy. We could have been like, yeah, we in Yankee. We making big monies. There's dollars. We could have done that. It would have been easy. You know what I mean? But we was like, we going to do something a little different. Especially, Ghanaians, they wasn't that, open to kind of like that message. Because, in a way, it could be kind of like, oh, you're disrespecting. Who are you going to tell to shut up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then Reggie was coming up and people were starting to hear it come in. So when we dropped this record, it was really for us to break, the idea that, coming out of Ghana or Africa in general and making it overseas, there was still a struggle for us here as immigrants.
True.
It wasn't just piece of cake. You know what I mean? And so that's where Kawanotum came out.
And at that time, it was like second generation sort of immigrants.
Yeah.
So we're talking about what, 1990?
97, 98. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just put a flavor of the track in there,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
and some of them would say, I want to be telling you, Missy, yeah, I'm going to Muluba, Bessie, I don't want you but for wouldn't send you tea, and yet, then I was saying, do my head, if we have road when you're over that on tape, mini wabro, see town draw, I would say Yagro, I hear more just more better than I'll grow. What to yet do, what I could do, and when I'll be who can I won't see you told me well, I see my father do to car, can I form a Nemoka, I'm out for Flebre, Boga, why am I? How many two? The man is here within the boom. I think the Yamin to open the Boga, see I'm in the
Oh man, this is such a classic, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think the first time I heard this track, I was wondering where the production came from. You know, I was because
yeah.
it was different. I mean, at the time,
Yeah.
it was like you said, Reggie had the hip hop going. You know, so
right.
There was stuff like, but this was it sounded so different. You know, that the beat, the snares, you know, everything was absolutely brilliant. I was like, who are these guys, man?
Well, I gotta give props out to my brother Soulatidoe. So basically, what happened? So one day I went to Soulatidoe's house, and you know,
are you brothers? Are you like?
Yeah, we're brothers. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so my name has been Soul forever. And when he was like, we should do a group, he was like, since your name is Soul, let's do like do re mi fa sol la ti do. Like, so I'll be Soulatidoe. And I was like, okay, Soulatidoe, that's cool. But I went to my brother's house and he was like, yo, bro, I got it. I got the song. I got the track, bro. This is gonna be it. I was like, okay, let me hear it. And he put that beat on because he had made the beat. So my brother did that one, Soulatidoe. And I listened to it. Yeah, and I listened to it and I was like, yo, that is hard. And he said, listen to the hook. And then he did the hook for me. It wasn't recorded. He just did it live. And I was like, oh my God, bro. This is, okay. All right, now I'm in. Yeah, because before then, I wasn't really thinking about putting records out in Ghana. I was more just trying to do my stuff in the States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when he let me hear that, I was like, okay.
So what was the first track you guys recorded? Like you and your brother?
That song right there.
Oh, for real?
The very first track that we
how do you have a perfect hit, you know, from the start? That's crazy, you know.
Hey, you know, my brother's always been making beats and I've been making beats, but I feel like when he had that beat and then he did the hook, then he was able to tell me about it and knew that would be the song. And that would get me to be like, okay, let's go ahead and do the whole project. You know what I mean?
After the track dropped, you know, that was it. I didn't hear anything from you guys again, and because I was lucky, I had a cassette, so I knew.
You knew everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And there were other serious cuts on the album, you know.
Serious cuts. Shout out to my girl Vanice. I see you in the room. Vanice did all the graphics to the Soulatidoe stuff from way back when, you know, all the graphics to everything I'm doing up to this day. She's always been with me. That's my graphic designer right there. Shout out.
Oh, okay.
So basically, what happened was, so this is the funny part. So the song says, right? Which is, you know, when we bring money from overseas, everybody be asking for it. But when we come back and it don't work out, everybody be laughing at you, right? And you don't really understand this life overseas, so shut the F up. Shut the F up. And that's what the hook is saying. So, but what happens after we dropped that record, what happened is we connected with a guy in Ghana. His name was Slip. You know Slip, right?
Yeah, Mark, yeah.
Yeah. Mark Monte heard the song and was like, yo, you guys, oh my God, bro, you got to let me distribute this for you guys. Let me distribute. I got it. Like, you guys are going to take it. That's okay. All right, Mark, cool. At that point, we were trying to figure out if we were going to mass produce the record in America and ship it, or we were going to give the master to somebody in Ghana and ship. But you know, back then it was a little sly. You know what I mean? You didn't really know who you could trust. So we didn't have anybody in Ghana that we could give it to that would walk into the master facility and cut it, right? Yeah. So we were kind of like in a space where it was disadvantaged. You know what I mean? And my brother Seth was the financier. He was the one that financed the whole project. So it's all brothers that did the whole record, right?
Oh, all right. How many are you?
And we're four. We're four. One, as in one mother, one father is four of us. I got more brothers though. You know what I mean? But basically, my brother, my brother Fred was Soulatidoe, who spit the verse. My brother Seth was like, yo, y'all got to go to Ghana. Because to really take this to the next level, you know Nana King, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Nana King is like my cousin.
That's my man. That's
my cousin, bro.
Oh, for real?
We were recording in the United States before Nana King went to Ghana. I was recording. He's got so many of my songs recorded. It's ridiculous, but that's another story.
Shouts to Nana King, though.
Yeah. Nana King. But basically, my brother Seth wanted us to go to Ghana. And, at that moment, my brother Soulatidoe didn't feel like he was ready to go. He had other obligations going on, so he couldn't go. So it caused a little situation. So we couldn't go at the prime time when the record was hot. And and Mark wanted us to be in Ghana so he can take us across the whole country, right?
Because you need to do your promotion, though.
You got to do your promotions, right? And this was way before the internet. If that was today, we would have already been, like, it wouldn't even mattered. I could have been on every radio station and not even set foot in Ghana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the internet was a lot different back then. And so that's kind of what happened. The timing was off because we couldn't get down there based on other obligations that were going on. You get a gig, you can't just leave. It's, it's a lot of stuff. So that's really why you didn't hear a lot right after that. We were contemplating shortly after that we would just go. But at that time, we felt like we had already paid for the cassettes in America, shipped them to Ghana, which cost us way more money. You know what I'm trying to say? And then we were chasing Slip. We couldn't find him. Like, he'd be over here, he'd be over there. We'd be like, Slip, where's the, he don't pick up the call. And the communications was a lot worse in Ghana. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So you could call somebody, then I have to send somebody to his shop. It's just way too much. You know what I mean? But DJs like you, DJs like DJ Black, you know what I'm saying? Y'all were the ones that really, you know what I'm saying, pushed the record to the next level, and we appreciate y'all for that.
No, because I actually love it. I mean, I still play it. I still play it on my shows, like,
Praise God.
Because it's a timeless record. The message is still the same. It hasn't changed.
Yes, sir. It hasn't.
The vibe is even. It was way up front.
Yes.
Up front. But then what happened between because there was a massive gap.
Right.
We didn't hear anything else till
right. So
till about a few years late.
I think it was like 2006.
Yeah.
So basically during that time, because of how the situation all laid out, I was like, okay, let me just go back to doing what I was doing, I was producing and making music in the States, just growing up hip hop, and my brother was also doing his thing and creating songs. And so we hadn't figured out how we wanted to come back yet. But during that time, I was just doing a lot of production and doing a lot of things like that. And so time just passed. And then my brother hit me again. He was like, yo, bro, I think it's time for us to go do it again. And it was perfect because around that time, I was available to go to Ghana and he was too. So my brother was like, yo, let's go. I'm about to take you. You're going with me. We going to Ghana. This time we're going to drop the album. We're going to be there. You know what I'm saying? To do everything. And so that's when we came out with the second album, We Are Hoo Hoo, We Are Shit Shit. And that's a video you can find on the internet or whatever. But we dropped that in Ghana in 2006. And the funny thing about that is, the Vibes Street Carnival?
Yeah, that was 98,
Yeah, so we were down there around that time, and I think it was DJ Black or somebody was like, yo, y'all got to come down here. Like, nobody's ever even seen y'all.
Yeah, no one.
So he's like, you got to come. He's like,
you
got to come down here, man. I'm gonna get you guys on, and it's gonna surprise the whole Ghana. So Vibe Street Carnival, man, it's like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're working our way, trying to get to the stage, and dealing with the kalabule, and people want to say, no, man. But eventually we get there and they throw us on. And so when we get on, they're like, yo, you've never seen this before. I know you've heard the song. You've never seen them. Wait till you hear the song. You're going to know the song. So the song came on and you can see people's face like, wait a minute. Wait. And as soon as the hook dropped, the whole carnival jumped up and it was bouncing. And that's when I realized the impact that we had on the country, because we wasn't really there to feel it when we released it. But when we performed, that's when I realized the impact. I was like, damn, man, like our people really felt this record, you know, because Nana King used to call me and go like, bro, you guys just shut down everything with that song, bro. Like,
Because around that time, Nana King also had a good reign. You know, he had a good reign with Samini.
Right.
Yeah. So what was the motivation then? Because if your cousin is really at the peak of the game, because he was absolutely one of the heavyweights then. You know, with his record label, he came with a structure. He had a record label. He had the whole artistry, you know, the roster was quite heavy. He came with XDO as well, you know. XDO was heavy in his corner, you know. XDO was going through the beef for Reggie and all of that stuff. Those supposed beef or whatever. It was, how was that communication with you and Nana? Was it not tempting for you to still come back?
Yeah, like after Nana, because I remember when he was leaving, he was like, so we gotta go, bro. Like, just roll with me, man. I got this whole thing locked down, boom, boom. And I was like, bro, I can't just get up and bounce. But if you go and you tell me it's cracking, I'm going to come down. You know what I mean? But at that time, we were just doing the Soulatidoe Kawanotum. So he left when we released it. And we were talking about releasing it through him and all that stuff, but I think he had his priorities. You know what I mean? He wanted to finish his record, the next record, you know what I mean? And we knew that the record was ready. You know what I'm saying? And we wanted to put it out. And so it's sort of like how you do now. You put things out on mixtapes. You know what I mean? You like, I'm going to go ahead and put it out. And then you're going to see that the record is fire. And you need to like move with this, you know? And so when he did, he was like, yo, bro, like, yeah, man, we got to do this and whatever. And it just didn't materialize because I think Nana, you know, he's very passionate. He had his vision. Yeah. You know, and it was just hard for us to kind of get it done. Like, communication wasn't like this. Like, if I could have called Nana and saw him like this and be like, okay, I'm about to bring you this record and put it out, I would have records with XDO, Samini, all that. It would have been done. But Ghana and the telephone and trying to catch, it just made it real difficult, you know?
But he left, you know, he also left. I mean,
yes.
Did that also then put you off?
Absolutely, because he went to Ghana, he did it for a while and he bounced. And then he came back out here and I was seeing, he was like, yeah, you know, I did all, he was like, you know, he was like, the system is not together. There's no structure, you know what I'm saying? So it makes it really hard to see the money. And again, this was all before the technology took off. And I think that's what I think the bridge is when we talk about high life to hip hop, to hip life, to Afro beats, which is now flourishing the most because of what we put in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because of that, they got the opportunity to do things like that. I'll give you an example. I was in LA around the BET Awards. And
well, the last one.
No, I think it was like 4 years ago. And I think it was the BET Awards, the one before Stonebwoy won. Okay. So the one that when Stonebwoy won, he was here. We hung out. And we got something in the works too, but I haven't released it yet. But the year before, I was with Samini, Rocky Daouni, another KGL legend.
Yeah, shout out to Rocky, man.
Right. That time, R2Beats was coming out here, and they was like, Charlie, come hang out with us. You know, we hooked them up with some stuff. They hooked us up. We went and hung out. So Kill Beats was there. The funniest thing, because this whole time I was just talking to Mugeez, and I was talking a little bit also to, you know, the man himself, Payday. Payday, you know? And so I'm over there, but Kill Beats didn't really know much about who I was at that moment. He didn't know why I was there. You know what I'm saying? So we were sitting there, you know, we talking or whatever. And then we outside chilling, and I put the Kawanotum video on, right? I was like, hey, Kill Beats, you ever seen this? So I remember Kill Beats' expression. You can ask him. It was funny as hell. He was sitting there, and he was like, oh, these guys? Huh? These guys are the reason. He's like, these guys is the reason why I make beats, Charlie. Huh? You remember this song? And I just sat there quiet for a while, just listening to it. And I was like, yeah, Charlie, that's me. He's like, what? That's you? It was so amazing. So when I say, you know, everything that's happening right now, I feel so proud to be around. You know, I was at Dr. Pound's studio, I think it's in Tema, when Sarkodie first started. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, I was in there when he was doing the freestyle. I remember I walked to Dr. Pound's. I was like, yo, bro is hard. Bro is dope. Like, we need to work. And I told Sarkodie, he was like, yeah, talk to my manager. And I think Dr. Pounds was his manager. You know, everybody got
Duncan was
Duncan was his manager. So he was like, talk to my manager. You know, you talk to this guy, things doesn't always turn out to what it was. But fast forward a few years forward, right? We end up connecting through Posse G, which I'm gonna shout out because Posse G, who is like the best engineer in Ghana, hands down, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Posse G, you know, we connected and had like a brother relationship. And he knew what I was doing, and he was like, yo, send me some stuff. I sent it to Sock. And so I sent him some beats, and that's how Wine for Me happened, because, you know, he sent it to Sark, and before I knew it, it was already out. Like, they had a video and everything. I didn't even know they recorded the song.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
All right, let me put a little bit of it on there.
Yeah.
Success music. Okay, here we go. Good and shake. Caterpillar back out with a pretty face. Drop it low. Baby, wait. Bet you give it to only me, my NWA. Soledad, my only man and me. Your beauty be too much in every example of me. To the mark, mama owes a D. Saturday, I want that on the door for 23. I'm gonna check it for me. Better see what you got. Shout out to Bangali. Man, I give that to Pat. DJ, I move with it, yeah, bring it back. I don't referee, I from the sack.
Oh, she a wine. Look how she a dance, now the curvy body, my girl is bad. When you wine. Turn up the place and dance for me. Wine. Look how she a dance, now the curvy body, my girl is bad. When you wine. Turn up the place and dance for me. She alone have to walk for me, girl. You alone have to walk for me. Me no see nobody like you.
Wow, that's a wicked lineup as well. You know, you got Jupiter and Stonebwoy
and Stonebwoy.
Yeah.
What a blessing, man. And I can't really take any credit for how it came back apart from me sending the beat to Posse. You know what I mean? And that speaks something. I want to speak volumes to that. I'm gonna speak about it like, you know, I think overall the message that sends is it's not about competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, in America, even in Ghana, people have this little feeling that, oh, if I give him your beat, you know, it's something. But Posse G just, you know, being just heartless and just, you know what I mean, and just being just somebody who just wanted to help, just did that. And look at the record it became.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Right.
Quite a heavy tune. But you know, do you struggle with that tag of like a one-hit person? Because you know, if you have such a I know your record, so I mean I know you're not a one-hit person, but to a lot of people, they didn't get to see your artistry like you and your brother. They didn't get to see your faces. They didn't get to kind of connect with who you really are. So
I know
they only feel that it was only this track and that was it. They vanished. You know, do you struggle with that?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, but I feel like with everything, when you do good work, people will come to find out. You know, the more as I put out quality music, you know, by the time people knew who Drake was, he had like 6 different tapes out. Yeah. So you had a chance to like go back and go, oh man, he did this. And I think that's the beauty in it, really. So it's all good. I feel like there'll come a moment where it all come together for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so we just keep on trying to put out good music, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes,
so we look at you back in LA. What do you do apart from this? I mean, what is Soul Nana all about?
Oh man, I do a lot of things, man. You know, Ghana boys, you know, we got to get our school on. So I went to school, got my BS in occupational therapy from USC. And then I did my master's in business. And so I got that from WGU. And so now I'm doing social media management, branding, and content creation. At the same time, I work in technology. So, you know, I try to keep my hands full and everything.
Silicon Valley.
Exactly. Silicon Valley stuff. Yeah.
So what's your experience with like what is happening now with like the COVID? Because everybody's a lot of businesses struggling. You know, a lot of artists are struggling with shows and not having a lot to fall back on as well. That's even the key point. That people haven't got a lot to fall back on. You know, so if you're a struggling artist, you know, it's going to be even harder around this period where all shows have dried up. You know, how are you coping though? How are you dealing with this?
Well, I would have to say the first thing that I'm doing is doing a lot of, you know, staying close to the Lord, you know what I'm saying? As much as possible. I think right now it's a time that calls for you to, you know, to be recentered to who you are. You know what I mean? And I think it levels the playing field all the way around. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter if you don't have money, if you're successful in music, if you're not successful, the playing field is now level. Right? And so it's a reset that gives you the opportunity to get creative. Now you got to find ways that you can still push your craft forward. Yeah. Even in these times, you know, every time there's an adversity, there's an opportunity, right? True. Yeah. And so even the like right now, my new song, which is African Girl, I wasn't even gonna release it right now. I recorded that song like 2 years ago, did the video about 1.5 years ago in Ghana. I've held the video for that long. You know what I mean? I was gonna release it later this year, like more July. But once this happened, I was like, okay, well maybe this is a sign I should release it now because I've got a captivated audience, so to speak. You know what I mean? I've got a captivated audience. You know what I'm saying? People at home, they're looking for stuff to listen to. So it's a great time.
I mean, for content creators, I mean, this is like the perfect moment, you know, because you have a lot of situation where people, you know, everybody's at home basically. You know, right. People have even binged on whatever is existing, you know, so the appetite for more. That's why all the social networks, you know, crashing and all of that. Exactly. So, yeah, perfect timing, like you said. But that track, African Girl, let's talk about it before we move the conversation forward, though, because there is a lot I want to look at. Your big production, you know, you've worked with some notable names, you know, some people that I know personally that you've worked with that you don't even know that I know them. Yeah.
Oh, so, wow, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about your current track, you know, because there's a lot of energy behind it. There's a lot of message in there as well. African Girl. Yes. The title is self-explanatory, but what's it about? You know,
So basically, you know, pretty much, man. When I think about the Black woman, you know what I'm trying to say, the African woman, the mother of all nations. You know what I'm trying to say. It's the greatest. You know, we all owe that woman, you know, respect that's due. And you know, I always think, you know, for me personally, when I wrote that song, you know, my fiance was who I had in mind. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, obviously, because I wanted to also speak to every woman or speak to what a relationship is. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I speak about, you know, like, you know, what a man is to a woman and what a woman is to a man. You know what I'm trying to say? And kind of lay it out. And just wanted to give, you know, tribute to all those wonderful, beautiful women out there that's holding us down. Because without them, who are we? You know what I'm trying to say?
I said, love you to the end of this world, girl. What you out there? My African girl. My African girl. My African girl. My African girl. Give me sugar, give me sugar, give me sugar, baby. African lady, oh. Give me sugar, give me sugar, give me sugar.
Yes, sir.
Natural woman. Got the things that I want to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's such a vibe, man.
Yes, sir.
Charlie, or your natural, no enhancements. African guy, so enchanting. Mother Earth, aroma, her persona. Got me knocked out in a love coma. Awake with the shakes, cause I can't sleep on her. Love the long jumps like Jackie had the donor. Always in my corner, so I trust and lean on her. Never creep, never cheat on her. My African
You know,
Yes, sir.
that's such a vibe, man.
Yes, sir.
Vibe.
What's up, Ichiban? I see you, brother. Yeah, man. You know, the video was directed by Jay Wills, produced by Patience. You know, it was a wonderful thing. I stopped in Ghana about a year and a half, 2018. I was going for my mom's birthday, and I was only going to be there for 2 weeks. And I was like, yo, I gotta do a video. And so I literally was at the birthday, and then boom, ran to Accra, you know, shot the video real quick, then came back, and it was back to work out here. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. All the models in the video, amazing. You know, everybody in there, it was just a great experience, man.
Yeah, but how does it feel? You know, coming back with and being able to shoot a video in the motherland. You know,
man, it's the best feeling, man. You know, because the first thing is we have the natural resources. So, you know, in America, you got to go find sets and places to try to dress it up. Ghana is just beautiful. Anywhere you shoot, it's going to look tropical.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's going to look dope. You know, so, you know, again, shout out to Jay Wills, Ghana, because, you know, he mapped it out. We talked about the concept, and they really found the dope locations for them. And just, he really captured the essence of the song. You know what I mean? And so it was amazing. I can't wait to get back to Ghana, because I'm about to shoot a whole bunch of videos in Ghana, like everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
You have a lot to make up for, to be honest.
Yes, sir.
Make
Yes,
up
sir.
for lost times. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But, yeah. So being in LA, and you know, that's like a hub for so many things. You know, a hub for movies, a hub for technology, or you know, the West Coast per se. You know, and then music as well. You know, hip hop, true and true. What's the feeling like for African music now?
Oh man, it's funny. You know, it's it's funny. You know, like in the beginning, even in my own hip hop stuff, I used to mix the African vibes into the hip hop stuff. So, you know, my stuff would sound different than the average American's hip hop. You know what I mean? Create my sound. And people didn't get it. It was kind of like, you know, what's that? You know what I mean? But it's like that. When you're ahead of your time, it takes people a long time to get it. You know, now you can't go anywhere without listening to Afro beats. You see what I'm saying? It's everywhere. Every club, in the stores, it don't matter where you go, you're going to hear Afro beats. And you know, you got Nigeria and Ghana that's running 90% of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's awesome. I'm super excited, again, for all the artists that are getting the opportunities right now to really expand the music that's in the motherland, because there's a lot of talent there. You know what I mean? And yeah, so right now it's everywhere, bro. You can't do nothing without Afro beats, period.
Yeah, true. You know, so talk about that, the way the world connects. So Twi Teacher, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's my guy, you know. So,
okay.
Yeah, he told me about this record a while ago, that, you know, he's working, you know, you two are in contact, and you know, trying to work things out, you know, and yeah. So I was quite happy when it came out. He popped around my show the other time, you know. This is a while ago though.
Yes,
and
sir.
Drop that track.
Yes, sir.
At least I know the connection there. Yeah, man, that was a banger though. But how did that connection come about?
Funny thing is, back in the day, I was super more active on Twitter than I am on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so I was on Twitter, and my brother Soulatidoe was like, because you know, a lot of times I'm always watching what's going on in Ghana. So if I see somebody that's getting hot in Ghana, I'll send it to him to see what he thinks. Because I think my brother is sort of like the Rakim of Ghana, like, you know, in regards to just how he spit. So he said, so every time I send him stuff, he'd be like, that's cool, that's great. And when he sent me Twi Teacher, he was like, now this cat right here, I like his style, right? So he put me on to Twi Teacher. And I was like, oh, okay. And at that time, Twi Teacher had a video out where he was wearing my
The
friend.
kente,
Yeah, he had the kente, and he was spitting. I was like, okay, this cat he's spitting bars. Okay. And so we just connected from there. Just started talking. And he was like, yo, bro, I used to love your music, man. Yeah, it'll be, you know, so we just had mutual respect for one another. And then he was like, let's work. And I was like, cool. So I just started sending him beats. And at that time I was recording Planet Africa, which was my first album. And I asked him to do the intro to my album, where he talks a little bit on the intro of my album. And then he also jumped on a song called Raw with me on the album. And then I did that beat, you know what I'm saying, for him. And he's got another beat that I did with him. He hasn't released it yet. But Twi Teacher, man, yo, UK stand up. Twi Teacher, when it comes to bars, Ghanaian bars,
he's got it.
Talk about line for line. That guy is somebody you got to reckon with. That's right. Yep.
I mean, I caught up with him like right from the early stages. So, you know, we became very, very good friends since. Yeah. So, I mean, I've heard a lot of the stuff that he's done, and he's amazing though.
Super talented, bro. Super talented.
Born here, but he's so Ghanaian. Like,
so Ghanaian.
so patriotic as well. And he was actually teaching people how to speak the language.
Which I think really, that's awesome, right? Not just to call your name Twi Teacher, but to also act through it, right? So I think that's I like that. He taught me some tea.
So you've worked with another artist that you know, they like family as well. You know, you work with Mugeez.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
That's another track that you know. So this one is
No Matter What.
I stay on my hustle, homie, my hustle, it don't stop. I be in the street stuff, got the game on live, yeah. And trust me, you can never walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, you looking at the truth and you know I can't lose. Said and said this and them said that, but you are never get hear me rise above the bomber car. Them they try to kill me, but every time we come on the chart and me in a competition, all the girls they do my part and go give me rockets. Them say them ready to come but watch me shoot the rockets. See the hot to fire thing, you know go fi cool it, not crash it. No amount of instrument to bring it on and then we cash it. Yeah, cause I'm a rock star. All the groupies and bitches, me are a jack star.
oh wow, that's a he, man. He rock.
Mugeez.
Yeah. Oh, super talented, man. Super talented.
Amazing.
Did you knock this off in the studio together, or you sent beats over?
So same thing. Remember what I said is I was politicking with people in Ghana, right? Because the internet is here. So I'm like, let me just politic with people. And so I hit up Payday. I was like, yo, man, we need to chop it up and we make some beats. He's like, oh, so Nana, yeah, Soulatidoe for sure. Send me some stuff. So I start sending him beats, and Mugeez took to that beat, you know.
Oh
yeah, and he just jumped on it. And the singer on there is Nikki Greer, who's an artist I got a chance to work with too, amazing artist out of LA. But she had put the hook on there. We were sending it to somebody else, like we were shopping records. So Mugeez heard it and was like, he got to jump on there. So he ended up jumping on there. We got Bishop Lamont, who was signed to Dr. Dre for a while. He's on there. So it's just, and then we put it out around the BET Awards, which was amazing too, because R2B's was coming out at that time for the BET Awards. So it just all made sense. But yeah, I just sent him the beat and, you know, magic happened.
Of course, man. And that's a solid record though.
Thank you, man.
You work with Spraga Benz too, man. That's
yes, sir.
let me just say, Spraga is one of my favorite dancehall artists. I was actually playing his record on Sunday. I have this 6 for 5. We play 6 genres, 5 tracks, and I played one of Spraga's track, and I was talking about the fact that he's one of my favorite. Super lyrical,
yes.
you know.
Yes, I mean Spraga, crazy, man. Yes, he's crazy, man. He's amazing, man. You know, the thing is that whole record, the way it came about, I gotta shout out my boy Jew Diddy. I call him Jew Diddy. But he's the manager for Trina. You know the rapper Trina?
Yeah.
Fast Life Entertainment, the manager for Trina. I met him through my boy Darius, who used to be the A&R at Capitol Records. So I was shooting records to Darius, and he said he had a reggae artist that he needed a track for. So I sent him this beat, and then he passed me on to Trina's manager, who was also managing, you know, Don Ute, who is the artist. And so they had recorded the record, and he was like, bro, you're not going to believe who jumped on this record. And I was like, who? He was like, Spraga Benz. I'm like, get out of here. Now, you got to understand, in that time, I'm a deep reggae head. Like, when I started producing, a lot of the beginning artists I was producing was reggae. I had Miss Trinity. She's from Trinidad. I was doing music for Edie from Jamaica. You know, like I've been doing reggae for a while, you know? So the fact that connected with that artist and then Spraga Benz was on it, game over.
Spraga, man.
Yeah.
Spraga Benz, in case you never know that Spraga Benz and Dan you two girls to two. You gotta look cute. Lazy. Yo. I am a lot of girls. I'm travel all over the world. If you wanna get one, pull out the youth and come on the bar reserve. I am a lot of girls. I'm travel all over the world. If you wanna get one, pull out the youth and come on the bar reserve. Hey, I hold up for the dancing more. So far, come show sorrow.
So with your production style, because you do the hip hop, you know, you do the dancehall, you got the African cuts in there as well. What's the influence?
Oh man, that's the greatest question ever. So my dad was a drummer in Ghana. His name was Rem Kwaku Obeng. If you Google it, you'll see the cover on YouTube. He has just click Rem Obeng, you'll see the cover. But he used to play drums for Fela. He played drums for Uhuru Jazz Band. I'm talking about all the original cats in Ghana that used to play music. He was the drummer for them, like all around, right? So that's number one, my influence, because I got to be around him when he was doing music. And he got cuts too. When you just go search, you're going to see he's crazy. But that, Fela Kuti, when it comes to hip hop, I mean, you know, Run DMC, what is it? Nas. Okay, you got to speak on Nas. Rakim, Coogee Rap. You know what I mean? I come from Redman, Method Man. You know what I mean? And then, you know, when it comes to soul music, of course, Marvin Gaye. You got Stevie Wonder. You know, when it comes to reggae, you know, you can't go without saying Bob, of course, but you know, Burning Spear. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I mesh all that. You know what I mean? I feel like, and now when I make beats, I don't go into the beat saying this is going to be a trap beat or what you call it beat. You know, what I do is I start a beat from something that is inspiring to me. And from if it's a sample or if it's a line or a melody line, I find the rhythm that I feel like matches it. And if the rhythm is a reggae rhythm, then it's a reggae rhythm. If it's a hip hop rhythm, it's a hip. You know what I mean? I go there. And then I don't stop there. After I add those two elements and I've got two worlds in it, that's when I start to consciously think, how do I bring high life into this? Like maybe there's an instrument I can add. Or how do I bring some Indian thing into this? So like by the time the record is done, it's a worldwide beat. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of how I approach my stuff. I work a lot with different musicians. One of my long-standing partners, his name is Taka. I call him the magician. He plays keys on a lot of my stuff from time to time. I find a lot of talent and we work. You know what I mean? And that's what happens. Yep.
So I mean, it's incredible how your beats have found so many different artists, because a lot of the time you have producers kind of limiting their sound to like their in-house kind of crew, but you being able to spread your wings like that, you know, it's amazing, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, because you've got to spread that love, you know, you've got to spread that sound around, because
absolutely
any artist that jumps on it is also going to expand that kind of reach, man. So what's the future holding out for you? Because you're a man of many talents, you know. You into your tech, you into your content creation, and at the same time, the creative side of being an artist and a producer as well. You know, a musician, to be honest. You know,
thank you.
You're doing both, yeah. So what's the future looking like for you?
Well, you know, music is always going to be at the center of everything I do. So, more music, more collaborations, more production. Content creation is something I'm super passionate about. So content creation, been doing a lot of work with Mike Epps, comedian. He's amazing, and I just got blessed to even be part of, you know what I mean, the team. And so I do a lot of social media management there, and I'm working on some content for him that we're working on. Hashtag joke money drip. That's all I can give you right now. But definitely looking at stuff like that. You know, I want to get back to Ghana, man. You know, the long-term goal is to get back to Ghana, and help other people coming up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's about paying it forward. Because none of this really matters. We're gonna leave all this here when we go. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just want to pass it along, man. I want to work with new artists. If you're a new artist and you want to work, you can always hit me on my DM. Like, you know, we always figure out a way to make it work. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier. You can send a beat literally in seconds. You've got a beat stacked up.
I got some beats stacked up. Yes, sir.
So yeah, you got to take my caps with you to Ghana, though.
Oh yeah. You know, it's so funny. Mike was like, yeah, we're gonna go to Ghana. And I was like, okay. So yeah. A couple of people on this team, people on this team are from Ghana. So you know. Okay. Yes. So I think it might be possible. We'll see.
You know, so it's actually 8 p.m. here, and there's a clap for the health service, like the nurses and the doctors, you know, because of their dedication and the way they've been handling this COVID-19 situation. So it's a nationwide clap for all doctors, and you know, so if you hear that in the background, that's what's up. You know, showing our appreciation to the healthcare staff.
Absolutely. I think that's amazing. That's so important.
Yeah,
so important. PM. You know, it's a lot of people out there on the front line. You know what I mean? And we just all appreciate them, because without them, we could be nothing. I mean, we got people in the grocery stores working, you know, we got people, you know, right at the front of it all, you know what I'm saying? But they know that it's necessary. You know, they got the whole nation on their back, pretty much. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that when we come out of this, we'll come out better than we went in. You know what I mean? And really recognize appreciate people for who they are.
Yeah. So before we run off, I mean, it's an album dropping anytime soon.
Yeah. So I'm working on another album. I got 2 albums I'm working on at the same time. So I can't say which one's gonna come out first because they're 2 different sounds. But I'm working on the content.
Yeah.
Producing some music, producing some content. Things coming, but I'm gonna drop a few singles for a while, play with it for a little bit to see, you know, which one really takes off, and then we'll drop the album. But you know, before anything happens, I'm gonna have to call you. We're gonna have to do an exclusive right here. You know how we get.
Of course, yeah, definitely, man. And I've got a show on YFM every Saturday. So yeah, you know, when you send it through, we're definitely gonna reflect it to Ghana too. So
that's what's up.
Not just on the web, you know.
Just drop real quick for the one and only Soundboy T. What up, son? This is your boy Soul Nana, and I'm chilling live with the Soundboy T. Teddy Obrokwa, man. What do you know about that? Soulatidoe. If you don't listen to Teddy, Kawanotum.
I like that one. Actually, need a dub for that, you know. Man, that's my record though. That's
Yeah.
absolutely my record, man. But
Absolutely,
yeah, we're gonna marinate on African Girl. You know, solid record. You know,
Thank you, man.
you've got the visuals, and we are proud of the fact that you shot it at home.
Yes,
which
yes,
even added more, you know, a lot more spice to it. You know?
yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate
my brother.
that.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your time, and my love to your brother too. You know.
Yes, I'll let him know, and I appreciate everybody that came in for a minute to check us out. We appreciate y'all. More to come. More to come.
Of course. Yeah, we'll make this available. You know, online. Anyone who missed it, they can always play it back. You know.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
Bro. Yeah, and
salute,
stay
brother.
safe. Stay safe too.
You too, man, and peace to your family, brother.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
The Soundboy Session.